So, when I say what the title suggests, I don't mean the Z Flip 5 is going to be a bad phone or it's going to fail in any way. I'm actually very excited about the Z Flip 5, and I think the Z Flip 5 is going to be very successful. But what we're hearing with the Z Flip 5 is the same thing we heard with the Surface Duo 2 when they added the glance bar outside display. And that is, it has a lot of potential, but there isn't anything developed for it yet. So here's the problem, right? The larger cover display, which Samsung calls the Flex window, feels intuitive and useful so far. It's primarily designed for showing widgets, but you can access a select number of apps. This felt limiting at first, considering you can run just about any app on the Razer Plus external display. Now, this external display is what is making the Z Flip 5, in my opinion, the coolest cell phone out there. Has a Snapdragon Gen 2 processor, has a new hinge, has better cameras, and yes, has an outside display that's actually usable. And what we saw with the Motorola phone was, while that outside display was awesome, if you put any pressure on the display, it will crack and break. While the Z Flip 5 seems like that is not the problem. So, what's the problem then? It's limited. And I don't understand why it's limited. Because that's a thing we saw with the Surface Zero 2 with the outside glance bar display was Microsoft wouldn't let you use and wouldn't let any third-party developers create software for it until a year and a half in the life cycle, which made no sense at all. Now, this review does continue to say, but after a limited time with the Z Flip 5, I'm starting to see why this makes sense. Samsung is going for a curated experience that relies heavily on widgets and notifications rather than full apps. And again, like I said, it just does not make sense to me. When it comes to creating phones, cell phones, foldable phones, whatever, flip phones, whatever, give the consumer every ability to use this phone to the wildest dreams. And if Motorola could get it done, Samsung could get it done too. But based on this article and what I've seen from different people, it seems like Samsung's trying to go for a look of, this looks premium, this looks enhanced, this looks... I don't... Listen, I understand maybe using every single app might not work perfectly on the outside display. As the consumer, as the user of the phone, let me figure this out myself, right? Let me have the full range ability to do whatever I want. And again, this outside display is beautiful, and over time, it's going to get better, right? Over time, they're probably going to let more or allow more things to be optimized for it. But when I first saw this, and I'm seeing this everywhere, I'm like, oh, that's giving me a Surface Duo 2 vibes. But again, I don't think it's not a negative thing. It just means that Samsung is going to get it right this time. While Microsoft fumbled the bag, I don't think Samsung's going to fumble the bag too. I think Samsung knows what they're doing, and after 5 generations of the cell phone, they're not going to, ruin this like Microsoft did. But it just it irked me a little bit for that said reason. But you know what? It is what it is, guys. Definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Are you picking up a Galaxy Z Flip 5 or a Z Fold 5? Or are you waiting out for the non-Oppo OnePlus Open? I'll see you guys in the next one.